Ancient wisdom, Rockefeller's advice. If you understand this before 30, you won't worry about money. After 30, most men are not poor because they are lazy. They are poor because they misunderstood things too early. They misunderstood money. They misunderstood work. And they misunderstood the true cost of time. I used to believe that hard work was enough. Work more, take on extra tasks, trade health and the best years of my life for a sense of security. But no one told me this. You can work your entire life and still never escape financial anxiety. Mistakes don't arrive as a dramatic collapse. They come from very small choices: spending money to look successful, working for wages instead of value, postponing learning how to manage money because you think, "I'll deal with it later." Each decision seems reasonable. And that is exactly what makes it dangerous. One day, you look back. Your youth is gone. Your energy isn't what it used to be. Yet financial pressure is still there, heavier than ever. That's when you realize it's not the lack of money that exhausts you most, but the feeling that you've been on the wrong path for a very long time without knowing it. There are lessons about money that, if not learned early, will cost you an entire lifetime. Modern men do not lack opportunities. They lack an exit. Every morning, they put on familiar roles: the hard-working employee, the responsible husband, the father who must always be strong. But inside is a nameless, persistent fatigue. They work more than previous generations, yet feel less secure. Income rises slower than living costs. Money is just enough to survive, never enough to be free. Social media makes it heavier. Every day you see others succeeding. New cars, nice houses, profitable investments, and you remain trapped in the same loop. Work, spend, worry, repeat. Men rarely complain, not because they're fine, but because they don't know who to complain to. The pressure to be stable, to provide for the family, forces them to swallow every anxiety. Many men know they're on the wrong path, but they're afraid to stop, afraid to start over, afraid to admit that they chose wrongly for years. So they continue in a job they don't love, continue spending money to numb emotions, continue comforting themselves with things will work out. But deep inside, one question keeps repeating: if I keep living like this, where am I actually going? John D. Rockefeller did not become the richest man in America because he worked harder than everyone else. He became rich because he understood money differently. When he was very young, Rockefeller wrote a rule for himself: don't work for money, let money work for you. It sounds cliché today, but in his time, it went completely against the crowd. While others poured their energy into higher-paying jobs, Rockefeller focused on ownership. Ownership of knowledge, ownership of systems, ownership of cash flow. He understood this. Labor creates income, but control creates lasting wealth. Rockefeller tracked every cent he spent from a young age, not because he was stingy, but because he wanted to know where money went and how it returned. He didn't spend money to prove his worth. He used money to buy time and freedom, while others used time to buy money. Rockefeller's philosophy is cold, but real. If you don't learn to manage and multiply money when you're young, there comes an age when time will start managing you instead. This is not a lesson for dreamers. It is the rulebook of the real world, where emotions don't build assets, only discipline and long-term vision do. Rockefeller lived in a far harsher era. No internet, no social media, no daily motivation quotes. But he had something many people lack today: long-term thinking. People in the past worked to build foundations. People today work to keep up with others. Rockefeller was willing to live simply when he was young to gain freedom later. We do the opposite, trading the future for the comfort of the present. He treated every dollar like a seed. We treat every dollar like emotional painkillers. Tired, buy something. Sad, spend. See others ahead of us. Spend a little more just to not feel left behind. Rockefeller patiently built systems while others chased quick results. Today, many people change jobs constantly without ever changing their mindset. People in the past asked, "Will this create value 10 years from now?" People today ask, "Will this make money quickly?" And then we wonder why we're exhausted, why there's never anything left over, why the harder we try, the more trapped we feel. The difference isn't the era, it's how you view money and time. Rockefeller understood this. If you don't control the direction of your life, you'll be carried by other people's pace forever. No one wakes up at 40 and says, "I wish I had learned how to make money earlier." They say, "I wish I hadn't underestimated it." Rockefeller didn't wait until he was rich to learn about money. He learned while he was poor. That was the critical difference. Many men believe that as long as they work hard, wait for opportunities, and leave money matters for later, things will work out. But later doesn't always come. Every year you delay learning money management. You allow time to take away your greatest advantage: youth and the ability to make mistakes and recover. Money doesn't punish the poor. It punishes those who refuse to learn. When you're young, a bad financial decision is just a lesson. When you're older, it becomes a burden for your entire family. Rockefeller understood this clearly, so he built wealth step by step, slow but solid, while others chased short-term income. The warning here is simple, but brutal. If you don't actively learn the rules of money, you become a passive player, always reacting, never controlling. No one is coming to save you from financial pressure. There is no miracle, only early decisions or late regret. Rockefeller once said, "The poor think about money in the short term. The rich think about money across generations." And the real question isn't how much money you make this year. It's this: if you stopped working tomorrow, what would your life look like? Most men avoid that question, not because they don't know the answer, but because they're afraid to face it. They stay busy to avoid thinking, spend money to avoid feeling lacking, and tell themselves, "I still have time." But time doesn't stand on anyone's side. It only stands with those who know how to use it. Rockefeller wasn't rich because of luck. He was rich because he asked hard questions while others kept avoiding them. And now, that question is in front of you, not to scare you, but to wake you up. If you keep living the way you are now, 10 years from today, will you thank yourself or regret that you didn't change sooner? You can ignore what you've just heard. Many people do, and they keep running without knowing where they're headed. What about you? Will you use your youth to buy freedom, or spend your entire life paying the price for today's hesitation?